She-Hulk is fully immersed in her new role within S.H.I.E.L.D.'s elite Hulkbuster unit, a specialized team formed to track, engage, and neutralize the dangerous remnants of Hulk's past enemies. Alongside seasoned agents like Clay Quartermain and the fierce operatives codenamed Crimson and Cheesecake, Jennifer Walters travels the globe aboard the helicarrier, confronting threats most wouldn't dare face. One by one, they take down old foes from Hulk's rogue gallery: the grotesque Lob, a swarm of sneering Toadmen, the dangerous UFOs, and even the volatile living energy being known as Zaxax. Each takedown is a victory. Each capture, a step closer to uncovering the mystery surrounding Bruce Banner's disappearance. Returning to base, the team is greeted by S.H.I.E.L.D.'s lead technician and resident curmudgeon, Gaffer, a brilliant inventor who clearly isn't thrilled to see She-Hulk aboard the helicarrier. His resentment isn't subtle. Jennifer, after all, has a controversial history with S.H.I.E.L.D. She was the first superhero to ever bring down one of their prized helicarriers, tarnishing what had been a perfect operational record. Tensions bubble beneath the surface. But before old grudges can spark into arguments, She-Hulk and her team report directly to the man now in charge of the entire organization, Tony Stark. As S.H.I.E.L.D.'s new director, Stark demands an immediate debriefing on the recent captures made under Project Achilles, the program dedicated to analyzing and neutralizing gamma-powered threats. And while any agent could deliver the report, Tony insists that She-Hulk do it personally, a decision that doesn't sit well with Clay Quartermain, who knows all too well the kind of chemistry that lingers between Stark and Walters. Meanwhile, below deck, Gaffer and his team begin processing the recently captured Zaxax. Contained within a reinforced energy tank, the creature pulses and crackles with barely restrained power. As the scientists discuss the difficulties of conducting research on beings made of pure energy, they fail to notice a deadly anomaly. A surge of electricity quietly escapes the containment unit, arching out like a living snake. In a flash, it strikes a control panel, the beginning of a chain reaction none of them are prepared for. Elsewhere, far from the chaos aboard the helicarrier, in the slick glass offices of Goodman, Lieber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway, Mallory Book is livid. Her personal life has exploded across the tabloids, and her once discreet relationship with Awesome Andy has become fodder for gossip columns and media vultures. Storming into the office of Arthur Zix, she demands they take legal action against the publisher responsible. But Zix, calm and calculating, refuses to escalate the situation. His denial only fuels Mallory's fury. She vows that if she can't fix this through the courts, she'll do it by rebuilding her powerful supervillain client roster, by any means necessary. And if the legal world won't help her, hell will. Back on the helicarrier, Jennifer and Tony have just finished a more personal interaction in his quarters. As Jennifer lies beside him, she questions the double standards of reputation. How do you get away with sleeping around without being labeled? She asks. But before Stark can respond, a sudden alert blares through the room. Defense systems activate on their own, weapons deploying and opening fire directly at them. She-Hulk reacts instantly, smashing through the turrets before they can land a hit. Tony, ever the futurist, calls in his armor and suits up as Iron Man in seconds. Together, they head out into the ship to uncover what's gone wrong. The answer soon becomes horrifyingly clear. In the mess hall, S.H.I.E.L.D., agents find themselves under attack by their own systems. Automated turrets, defense drones, and even life-model decoys, synthetic replicas like Cheesecake, have been reprogrammed to kill. In the hangar, She-Hulk and Iron Man face a new wave of hostiles. An aerial swarm of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s own flying cars turn into weapons under the control of a rogue signal. As Iron Man engages the aerial assault, She-Hulk finds herself approached by a figure she didn't expect to see, Nick Fury. But something's off. The voice, the behavior, and then she realizes it's not Fury. It's one of his LMD's life model decoys. And he's not alone. Dozens of Fury duplicates converge on her, each one spouting phrases the real Nick has said across years of missions. They swarm her like a hive mind, all under one command. A chorus of voices, false memories, and confused commands echoed around her. Jin didn't need more proof. The one pulling the strings was Zaxax. The living energy entity had hijacked the helicarrier's nervous system. Now fully in control of the ship, Zaxax began to gloat, relishing his victory. But it wasn't enough to dominate the systems. He began releasing the villains that had been captured and secured at great cost. Containment pods began opening one by one, unleashing the worst of the Hulk's rogues gallery. Back in New York City, a different kind of showdown was brewing. Mallory Book stepped into the infamous bar with no name, a known haven for supervillains, where lawless dealings happened behind closed doors. She was furious. After her scandalous relationship with the mute android, Awesome Andy had made the tabloids. Her villainous client base had begun abandoning her. She came to confront them face to face. But the moment she walked in, the villains mocked her mercilessly, jeering at her love life and tarnished reputation. Before the situation could escalate further, her companion, the gunslinging time traveler known as the Two-Gun Kid, sprang into action. Bullets flew, furniture crashed, villains were tossed like ragdolls. When the dust settled, Mallory, completely unfazed, calmly reminded everyone that the bar had a strict no-violence policy. Irony was on her side. While the fight hadn't exactly solved her public relations crisis, it cemented one thing. She was ready to make a bold move to reclaim her status. The Two-Gun Kid, however, wasn't thrilled by that idea. Back aboard the helicarrier, Clay Quartermain finally reached the containment lab. To his surprise and relief, he found Gaffer and the other scientists alive and unharmed, and most of the captured villains unconscious on the floor. Gaffer, ever the comm technician, explained that the weapon developed under Project Achilles had worked, at least partially. Two major threats, Vapor and X-Ray, had escaped. With no time to lose, Gaffer began repairing the flawed Zaxax trap. He told Clay they had one shot: isolate the creature and take it out before it could do more damage. Elsewhere on the ship, She-Hulk finished tearing through the last of the Fury LMDs, leaving behind a trail of twisted metal and broken circuits. At the same time, Iron Man was attempting to access the helicarrier's core systems directly, trying to regain control from within. That's when Clay arrived, urgently explaining what had happened in the lab. Jennifer's mind raced. If Zaxax had control of the helicarrier, he would undoubtedly attempt to possess the most advanced system on board, Tony Stark's Iron Man armor. Her instincts were right. As Zaxax launched himself toward Tony's suit in a surge of energy, She-Hulk acted. Using the newly calibrated containment device, she redirected the surge straight into the trap. The entity was captured in an instant. The helicarrier systems returned to normal. The battle was over, but the damage was considerable. As the smoke cleared, Gaffer stormed toward She-Hulk, furious over the dozens of LMDs she had destroyed. Jennifer tried to justify her actions, but before the conversation could continue, one of the decapitated Fury LMDs, head still on the floor, activated and began speaking. Its voice was distorted robotic. It mentioned sending her cousin Bruce Banner on a mission. Jennifer froze. That could be the first real lead on Bruce's disappearance. And that's the story, folks. Please, leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. See you next time.